Just long-lasting powerhouses in the game of 9-ball. You can see a little edge. Twice cross side. Is there enough speed?
Our
first look at James. Well, they have the option actually. No, excuse me. Our first look at James Aranis, and this fell a little on the 50. Possibility of a scratch. Seems like if you shoot it in the side or the corner.
The extension, please.
We've talked about time management, and so often these teams tend to take their extension very early in racks. Now, that's all very well, but it is a gamble.
Really nice, and James started a little shaky at times in some of these matches, and match is a lead. It looks like this is going to be the same here in round number 3 in the quarterfinals.
Chua been playing this game since the age of 9. Born and raised in Bacolod in the central Philippines.
Team Philippines wins the first round.
There it is, 1-0.
And you hear the players talk about the longer race, and of course it is probably, what is that, about 30% longer. But I think just mainly, as I talked about in the interview earlier, that just, I think it's a mental thing more than anything, Phil. The players just feel at ease a bit more, and not expecting a mistake to recover from. It's just a matter of, like, if things go against you a little bit of a mistake here, falling pretty straight. So just for something that was fairly routine, they're not going to get as close to the 9-ball as probably desired. And these are some tough middle side pockets. I think he's going to let the stroke out here and go ahead and draw the ball to the right underneath where he's standing. Then back out for the 9 on the side, maybe the upper corner. And that's where Chua has been so good. Just speed control's been on point.
Team Philippines wins the second.
An early break and run out.
Got to travel the cue ball some ways.
He's looking $1 million, Chua. They both are.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, even though we haven't seen a ton of them, they've been, obviously, they play pool every day there in the Philippines and train and compete with each other. And a little thick there, but he knew with the next to the rail, he could afford a little bit as long as the speed's right.
The Philippines are putting the O in co.
The Philippines are winning the race.
4-0 it is.
That may hit the gap. No, it isn't. When I tell you, being jacked up, only being able to hit the top part of the ball, if they kick at this, obviously to the top rail, the side rail, you have to kind of hit it slowly. It's not the most comfortable way to shoot at what is kind of a bare ball on the bottom rail.
And where the balls are, if they fail to make contact, ouch. Oh, well done. Although.
No rail after contact. Ball in hand.
No rail after contact, so ball in hand anyway, and they'd left the two
And
regardless.
please start the clock.
Yeah, and pretty wise to kick at it slowly. That way you keep accuracy. You just kind of had to hope something really fortunate went on the bottom end of the table, and it wasn't to be. So last couple shots, excluding the 5-ball, just kind of felt like Team Philippines. Maybe a couple strokes, thinking, oh, let's not make a big mistake. You know, the first 4 racks were really, the stroke was very kind of freed up very well, and just looked very good. That's a much more confident stroke there. Chua, just like his teammate, really have all the shots, so he can work the cue ball forward 3
The
rails.
extension, please.
I'd probably zigzag this across myself, 2 rails, kind of cheat the pocket, power up a little bit. Now he's going to go with a high ball.
Team Philippines wins the rack.
This passage of play has been some of the most dominant we've seen in the entire tournament, if not the most dominant. And it's every department. Shape, potting, and in that rack, it was all about one wonderful hook that you knew was going to pay rich dividends.
For only 1 shot in the match so far, and it's been all the way back in game number 1, you got to feel like that was a pretty good hit from Ko Pig Chung, trying to come back down and use the 3 and 9. Looks like maybe has left Johan a jumpable ball here. This is the type you can make.
Now then, is there a window of opportunity? Oh dear me. When you're 5-0 down and your table time has been severely restricted, it's imperative to make the most of your initial chance. That underlining just how tight these middles are.
Yeah, and that's one of the most famous situations, and of course the king, one of the most famous ever in the sporting world. And I think it's happened to all of us, though, at some point or another.
Missing balls is a rarity for the Philippines, but they miss one there.
Even there, very confident stroke coming inside the side pocket and the black 8, 2 cushions. So not backing off, even though trailing 6 games. Probably going to get a big cheer after this 9 goes down.
Giants Taipei wins the rack.
Whitewash averted. A rare ball was missed by the Philippines, and Chinese Taipei on this occasion were able to fully exploit.
Yeah, I thought that was always going to be difficult just because, you know, the three was a little right of the cue ball, so it took a very, very thin hit to get that line they wanted. Don't blame them there, but tough execution, especially some 8 or 9 feet away. Got to power up here. Boy, it really creates a lot of easy power.
That's 3 or 4 thunderous shots from Chua.
Yeah, and he's overcut it. The only reason I like the upper right is because at that angle you can afford to slide it in a little bit, and I think that it was just on a scratch angle. That's why he took on the upper left.
I think with these two, they're genuinely smiling. It's not forced. They've got such a sunny disposition.
Well, and I think they're just true competitors and the best kind that just understand how sports is, that sometimes, you know, players put a performance on you you just can't overcome no matter how great you are, and they appreciate what they're seeing.
Well, that helps.
Yeah, and this 5 ball's near the cushion, but he's a bit behind it, so it kind of makes you feel like the bank is on. Yeah, caught the rack way thin. He's going to be disappointed there, knowing that one was on him a bit. Watch how low the cue ball dives right there below that middle diamond. And a few different ways to make it, but there's also a few different ways to miss it. Didn't miss by much, though. Balls at now would be ideal. Little on the wrong side. Kind of rolled out a little bit there, so maybe a little top inside coming across the table. That's why side pockets are funny, Phil. It doesn't take much to make them awkward.
And just a tiny grain of doubt about this 9-ball. Over the course of our 2-week stay here, we've seen some howlers. But that was right into the centre of the pocket. The Philippines are on the hill. They lead Chinese Taipei by 8 racks to 2.
playing the carom.
Quite conceivably, Chinese Taipei have played their last shot in the tournament.
Yeah, and the shot clock got the best of them there. You want to play that where the 3 bounces out in space a little bit, where you don't have that corner pocket available just in case you miss the kiss shot. This is delicate, though.
Yeah, always wide, and Arenas moved on that.
Yeah, they usually move when they don't like it. They know right away when it's struck. So a little draw stroke here.
They'll just keep grinding away. Strange thing happen in Nineball. You never know. We've seen some remarkable comebacks over the years. This would be right up there, but you've got to be in it to win it. Chinese Taipei now have 3 racks on the board. The Philippines still on the verge of victory though.
Can't afford a miss. Nice angle here. It is doable to get in that great position on the purple, which is needed, but got to make a nice shot here and kind of track the cue ball 2 rails somewhat into the position it's in now. That would be okay.
Starting to play the Ko brothers. Is it just a little too late? All they can do is keep grinding away.
Yeah, it's still a lot to do with this rack. Looking to play the angle on the green 6. I decided to go a little straight, which I think was okay. Just got to make a nice draw stroke. I think if you played the angle here on the 6, the 9 ball becomes really a big blocker trying to work the cue ball. So I kind of like this myself. See a clear table if he gets past the purple 5, coming some 3 rails around to the right side of the table. Oh, they're feeling pretty well. Watch out for the side. Watch out for the side.
I'm so pleased that didn't go in. That would have been the height of cruelty. The Filipinos don't share that opinion, mind you.
Well, we've talked about it all week. Who's willing to try and attack in tough situations instead of going for the safety, and may not catch the 3rd rail, may kind of kill it with a little spin coming 2 rails between the black 8 and the yellow 9.
The extension, please.
avoidance. Avoidance of defeat.
Chinese Taipei, 1-0.
The one caught short and just didn't sound the best, the opening on the rack, and not sure if the green sixes helped him out or not. The one proximity is just inches from the pocket. Didn't really see anything wrong with the hit on the one. The stroke looked good, and again, just didn't sound the best. Oh, can definitely get at this, and doesn't have to do a whole lot, and it's kind of natural. It's got to swerve it a little bit, so the hit on the one will tell us about the cue ball movement. Oh my, went early, so
contact,
the first chink in the armor from Johan Chu. It wasn't easy, but you got to believe the scoreline had a little something to do with it.
That was badly misjudged.
Wants to get past the side and, of course, past the 9. Oh, that's perfect.
It was very good camera work also to see how low he was hitting that cue ball. Drew it back comfortably in the end. Yeah, it's time for deep breaths, even for someone who's won so much like Ko Pin-Yi.
Really nice there. It's like ball in hand position. Doesn't have to come across the table. Leave a very routine 9 ball. Just don't take your eye off this 8 ball at all, which they won't. I'll tell you, they got the better of the 2 breakers. If they do get out here in the 8-8 position, Ko Pin-Yi to break on the heel. Gotta believe the crowd is gonna let them hear it.
Chinese Taipei, 1-0.
Oh, brother. What a match. What a comeback.
One's down. Cue ball got kissed up the table. It's going to open up for a difficult shot on the 2, but they've taken them all on. Got to believe they're going to attack here as well. A little bit of awkward cueing. Remember a very difficult 2 ball on the side that Ko Ping-chung took on about midway through this comeback that really sparked them, and gotta think they're gonna attack here. A little different with the cue ball though. He's gonna want to come 1, 2, 3 rails to the middle of the top cushion and just bring the cue ball towards the red 3. And this is all about speed, right? Somewhere around medium. He's overcut it. He's overcut it, so the Filipinos will get to the table. Nothing easy, but the fans clapping for the appreciation, not only at the attempt, I think, but the run they put on here to get it back 8-8.
Extension, please.
Now Now, if they're going to attack, you got to believe it's Johan that's going to do the shooting. The incoming team has the choice on which player they put in first. And watch out for the cue ball here. It's going to collide probably with the pink 4. Really nice. And how calm a stroke was that under the most pressure yet?
It's all about the 9, getting to 9. Savouring the moment.
Team Philippines wins the match.
Well done to Chinese Taipei for making that a match to remember. The congratulations to the Philippines. Eventually, they got over the line and into the semi-finals of the World Cup of Pool. That wasn't just one of the matches of the tournament, that was one of the matches of the entire year. Who we've just seen.
Yeah, yet to win one of the big majors. But nevertheless, they've won a ranking event. Not an easy shot there for Victor. This is a tester as well.
Extension. Ja, extension.
Extension, coach.
Joshua Filler, the most experienced of the quartet, 25 years of age, ranked number 3 in the world. He's won both of the game's 2 biggest titles.
It's never going to be easy, but I expected him to get a little closer than that one.
Taking this chance very efficiently, and Poland lead Germany 1-0 in this quarter-final.
Team Poland wins the rack.
Well, looked like it had a bit of good fortune. Talk about a swift repayment of it.
Start the clock, please.
Got to avoid balls. The 9, the purple, and the 8 ball are all there, so he needs to find a gap. Oh, look at this little gap he's found.
There was about a quarter of a second of anxiety from Zielinski when he thought maybe that 7 wasn't guaranteed to get there. But it did, followed by the 8, and Zielinski returns to the table to deposit the 9. Poland lead again at 2-1. Eventually went out in a hill finish in the last 32 against Emil André Gangflot of Norway, having dispatched Lucius Japp in the previous round.
Combination it is. Pink onto the green 6. There's a bit of distance between cue ball, object ball, and the ball he's comboing, so this is not easy. Quite a steep angle. Yeah, Josh fist pumps, he knew it wasn't a hang-up.
It is now, though, but in favour of Poland.
Extension code.
And there we have the combination.
Team Poland wins the rack.
So Poland have now gone in to a 4-1 lead, almost halfway to victory.
Didn't fancy taking the pot on. It was a brave decision.
Are you as surprised as you sound?
Yeah, I thought you were going to go for the pot, but listen, if you're not comfortable with it, you don't shoot it, do you? So we will see if it was a smart
Extension
decision
code.
or is it going to cost them? Because whenever you let a player or a team back to the table and they're kicking at the ball, you just never know what's going to happen. It's not an easy kick in the sense of
Kannst halt nicht hart spielen.
how do they get it saved. Villa's actually looking at the 3-railer, kicking in behind it off the top rail.
Hast 25 Sekunden.
I think that's what he's looking at. If not, yeah, I'm sure he's trying to get in behind it. May even go one rail. There's a couple of options. Well,
Foul shot.
that was not his finest
Ball in
moment.
hand. Start the
And
clock,
that,
please.
for this rack, is probably that. So the number 1 seeds went out on the opening day. Second seeds fell last night. And the number 3 seeded team are in
Team
real
Poland
danger
wins the
here
rack.
because Germany now trail Poland by 5 racks to 1. This is a test though. Knows it's a moment of big opportunity to get to 6-1. And that's been a theme of the week, hasn't it? He let the beeps get in the way and put himself under pressure. Was that a factor in that shot, do you feel?
I think it was just a tough shot, really. Full length. You could see there, it wasn't a million miles away. The game could have been worse. Look where the balls have finished. A game of patience. Sit and wait for your chance and try and make something happen, just like the Cole brothers did. What a comeback that was to get it to Hill Hill. Had a chance at Hill Hill. Younger brother missed a tricky 2-ball, swinging the cue ball round, and the Philippines held their nerve.
Foul shot. Ball
You
in
talk
front.
about being patient, waiting for your chance. Here it comes for Germany.
Start the clock, please.
The way this rack has unfolded, it was starting to feel like quite a big one in the context of the match. And it's a rack which is now almost certainly going to go the way of the Germans. They've lost 4 in a row. But that sequence has been snapped. Germany closed to 5-2 behind
Germany
against
wins the
Poland in the quarter-final of the World Cup.
Well, he tried to cut the ball in. All went wrong there.
One of those where you try to cut a vegetable in half and the knife just slides off the side of it. It's amazing how quickly a team can suddenly start to look concerned. They're 5-2 up. Be a bit more concerned now.
Devilishly close to scratching. Look at the cue ball. He only had that little margin
Foul
for
shot.
error. And we can hear
Ball in
they've played
hand.
the shot, and we know it's a foul.
Kurz immer.
Start the clock, please.
Ich darf von hier spielen. Von hier?
So this was the
Alles
shot
in der Linie. Aber am besten.
that we missed during that replay.
Ich mag den.
It's pretty much done it to order. And this should be end of rack now. Not quite yet, should be
Session
fine.
code.
Yeah, I think Josh may walk out if he misses this one. But it is this 9-ball to get back in this match.
Yeah, no problem at all for him in the end. It's a full-scale major matchroom event. 5-3. Two dry in a row for the Germans. Those instances where the extension hadn't been used early in the rack, and useful to have it for a little tester like this towards the end, which is all the look of being the decisive shot in rack 9 if they can make it and get on the 8. Well, decent effort, but it's still not a done deal.
This is a big shot.
And it's been an impressive rack, really. They've had a couple of testers, and they've kept coming up with the answers here. And after losing the last two racks, they'll be feeling a whole lot better now. Poland are maybe starting to see the winning line just appear on the horizon. They need 3 more. It's 6-3. Fair enough. They played each other in Fulda last year.
Well, she was on the poster just like Josh, so I thought, well, why is it not Joshua Filler? But then I twigged.
Foul stroke.
It's quite an
Ball in hand.
unusual scratch. Draws it off the side, off the other
Start
rail,
the
and straight
clock.
into this corner. You don't see that very often. Oh, he's played a couple of nice positional shots. Moritz, the last 3 shots, left Joshua Filler perfect.
Whatever else happens in this match, the experience of being out there playing alongside Filler must be doing him the world of good. And as you say, he's more than holding his own in this German effort. And they're clinging on here. It's now 7.
Just spinning it in. Oh no, he's not. Look at this shot he's playing here. Watch the cue ball start flying around the table. Makes the pot difficult. Watch the cue ball. Watch the cue ball. What a shot that is. What a shot.
The fearlessness of youth.
Wenn du die bis hier oder so.
Pulling off a shot like that just sends another little message to the Poles that the Germans are here and not intending to go away.
Aber jetzt. Einfach laufen lassen, die kurzen Bahnen wieder raus.
What a standard of play we're seeing today. That first match, aside from the drama, the quality was so good, and really we've seen a lot more quality on show in this one.
Jeremy Jones has just reminded me that shot was like his 2-ball in the Moscone Cup.
Ist alle Zeit.
It's the only reason he sits alongside us is in the hope something like that will happen.
That was a good pot. There was a little bit of heat on that one. You want to keep Poland off 8 racks.
Well, that's their best rack of the match so far. They were
positional side of the shot. And if you don't fancy the shot, sometimes you've got to turn them down. He will hit this ball, may pot it. Well,
Foul shot.
can't believe he's not hit
Ball
the
in
blue
hand.
two there. Seemed to hit it quite quick when he got down on the shot. Almost like he'd not lined it up.
Start the clock, please.
Maybe not, but if one player makes a huge error, well, it would just be awful. Especially the way this match has been played by both teams.
Yeah, and so much worse than doing it in an individual event. Obviously, you feel a sense of responsibility towards your teammates, anyone watching back home. And of course, there's the fact that, unlike individual tournaments where there's always another one round the corner, it's a whole year before you get to represent your country again in this situation. The Poles are almost becoming the forgotten men of this match. Seems a long time since they were a couple of balls away from 6-1. And they've spent a lot of time in those chairs over the last 4 racks.
Sorry.
Germany have never led in this match. Until now. And it's a lead which puts them first on the hill. Last year, Germany didn't even get to this stage. Filler was playing with 2-time world champion Torsten Homan. But he's come here with another new partner, a much younger player.
That's the side.
And they are steadily moving through the gears as they progress through the rounds. And in a few moments' time, they could be in to the last day of this World Cup. And how appropriate that on an afternoon when he has come of age on the big stage, it's going to fall to 19-year-old Moritz Neuhausen to deliver the last blow to Polish hopes at this World Cup. Germany are through once again to the semi-finals. It's the 6th time they've got there, and they remain on course for a record-equaling 3rd World Cup victory. It was a wonderful performance.